Hi all, welcome to my channel. I'm Shimoe. It's been about 2 months since I made my last video. So here I am, back again. On this channel, we talk about the law of attraction, spirituality, productivity, and much, much more. And today, I want to share my favorite lessons from Abraham Hicks with you. If you are watching this video right now, most likely you know who Abraham Hicks are. And if you don't know, then you're probably wondering why I'm referring to them as somebody who would be multiple people. But yeah, so if you don't know who they are, I'll tell you who they are, but it's gonna sound a little out there, so be prepared for that. But like a lot of people, I came across the law of attraction, the concept of law of attraction through the book The Secret, the book, the movie, whatever you came across first. But for some reason, I couldn't really relate to it as much when I first came across it until I came across Abraham Hicks. I feel like everything I know about the law of attraction, everything I've learned about the law of attraction has been through Abraham Hicks, and they have made such a huge impact on my life. Even now, when I'm going through a rough patch in my life, I usually tend to watch videos of or audios because there are a lot of audios of just Abraham talking on YouTube, so I tend to listen to a lot of those, and it really puts things into perspective for me. So today I want to share some of the things, some of the lessons that have helped me the most when it comes to the things that Abraham Hicks has to offer. Okay, so who are Abraham Hicks? So Abraham Hicks are these entities, the intelligence, the infinite intelligence, the source itself, that's being channeled by this woman named Esther Hicks. And Esther got access to Abraham Hicks through regular meditation. I believe she used to meditate every single day. I believe it took her 6 months to access Abraham, and when she was able to access them, she asked them, hey, what should I call you? And they told her Abraham. So since then, they've been called Abraham Hicks. And I know it sounds a little out there, it sounds a little voodoo, and it turns a lot of people off because, you know, it may go against their very logical, pragmatic thinking, or it goes against their religious beliefs, and that's totally understandable. But I would still say have an open mind about Abraham Hicks, because in the end, wisdom is wisdom, and I'm confident that you're gonna really enjoy what they have to say. Alrighty, lesson number 1. We are non-physical beings having a physical experience. We're spiritual beings having human experience, and we are here for universal expansion. This universe is ever expanding, and there is no end to it. You know, as humans, we like to ponder upon this question called, what is my purpose? What is my purpose in life? Let me tell you, I've spent a lot of years thinking about this question, and Abraham says that there is no one purpose in your life, because you're never gonna get to a point in your life where you're gonna be like, oh, I achieved my purpose and I'm done now. That's it. There's nothing else to be done. It's over. You're never gonna get there, because once you achieve one purpose, you're gonna be like, hey, I want more. You want something else. And when you achieve that, you're gonna want something else after that. It's ever expanding. It's never gonna end. You're never gonna get to the end of it. We are part of this universe. We are non-physical beings here having a human experience, and our non-physical being values expansion, is always looking for expansion. And that's why when you're bored, you hate it. Like, let's say you're at a job where you're not learning anything anymore, you feel stagnant. What do? You start looking for another job right away, or you wanna talk to your boss about maybe more responsibilities. You don't like to be stagnant. That's why we ask this question, what's my purpose? Because we don't like being stagnant. We don't like stagnation. We don't like boredom. We'd rather be fighting or going crazy than be bored. And this is because we, as non-physical beings inside us, that our true self is ever expanding, and when we are not expanding, we are going against who we truly are and why we are on this planet. Lesson number 2, this is actually my favorite lesson, and I believe this is pretty much the core of their teaching. As for Abraham, as soon as you have a desire, as soon as you launch a rocket of desire, it gets manifested right away in the non-physical world. In the universe, it's already yours. So when you want something, it's given to you right away. And this is exactly why they wrote a book called Ask and It's Given. When you have a desire, it gets manifested right away in the non-physical world, but you just don't see it yet because you're not a vibrational match to it just yet. And all you have to do is become a vibrational match to it, and you will have it manifested in your reality. And you can become a vibrational match to what you want by being grateful, being appreciative of what you already have, being excited for the future, going with the flow, enjoying the ride, focusing on what you want instead of focusing on the lack of it, through affirmations, through meditation. Those are all the tools that you can use to become a vibrational match to your desires. And once you become a vibrational match to your desires, they will manifest in your life. Lesson number 3, going downstream. Imagine you're going white river rafting with a bunch of your friends, and instead of going with the flow of the stream, you decide to go upstream. Yes, you decide to go upstream. You're trying so hard, and eventually you're tired, you're not having fun. But imagine if you just turned the boat around and decide to go with the flow of the stream. You would have so much more fun, you would enjoy it so much, you would just go with the flow and have a blast. Just imagine. I know it sounds like a silly example, but that's what we do in life, right? Instead of going downstream, going with the flow of life, we fight against it. Anytime we want something, we end up thinking about the lack of it in our life. We think about how it's not in our life right now, how maybe we're not gonna be able to achieve it, we're not good enough for it. We fight against the desires that we have instead of really just embracing the life around us and going with the flow, just enjoying this journey. We fight against it. As for Abraham, nothing you want is upstream. It's never up there. Everything you want is downstream. As soon as you go downstream, as soon as you go with the flow, you get to what you want, and you know that you are going downstream when you're having fun, you're enjoying the ride. And when you know you're going upstream when you are trying too hard, you're stressed out, you're not having fun with your life, you're not enjoying, you're just feeling unhappy, you're focused on the things that you don't have instead of the things that you do have in your life. You don't feel grateful. Lesson number 4. This lesson should have probably been one of the earlier ones, but here we are. Okay, so the 4th lesson is your emotions tell you if you are a vibrational match to what you want. Your emotions are the guidance system. It's not your thoughts, but it's your emotions. For example, you could be thinking all these positive thoughts, you could be saying all these positive affirmations, but if you don't feel those feelings, if your emotions are not aligned with those words that you're thinking, then you are not aligned with your desires. And only when you're aligned with your desires, you know you are getting closer and closer to getting those desires manifest in your reality. But at the same time, your positive thoughts are gonna translate into your positive emotions eventually. It's very normal to have a few doubts when you're first starting to manifest something. You want something, you're not sure if you're ever gonna get it, which is very normal. And when you start thinking positive thoughts about the things that you do want, even though your emotions don't match with those desires yet, your positive thoughts will eventually take your emotions there. The process most likely is always going to start with your thoughts, and then your emotions are going to follow. So nothing to worry about there. Alrighty, there you have it. These are all the lessons by Abraham Hicks that I love and I wanted to share with you today. I hope you really enjoyed them. There's one more quote by Abraham that I want to share with you. It goes as, "You are so free that you can choose bondage." I love this quote because it tells you that you have free will to do what you want. You have free will to take your life where you want. It's all in your hands. It's all in your emotions. Yeah, I love this quote, and that's the last thing I wanted to share with you. But I really hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, then don't forget to like and subscribe, and also in the comments let me know what you thought about the lessons from Abraham, and if you have heard of them before, what you like about them. I would love to know. Alrighty, talk to you soon.